magnificence, precision, uniqueness, and artistry. These are the elements involved in making a masterpiece called a watch. Hello friends, in this video we will delve into the boundless realm of watches, a domain without end where precision and beauty are displayed at their finest. First of all, according to the old custom, we must deal with the history of this issue. The first human way to know the time. From ancient times, sundials were used to track the sun's movement, marking the passage of time and the precise moment. However, this was merely the start of the narrative, which evolved like all other inventions. With the introduction of the first mechanical clocks in the 12th century, the era of timekeeping began. This marked the inception of a story that would transform with each passing historical era. The first watch in the world. Salisbury Cathedral in England has the honor of hosting the first mechanical clock in 1275. However, this early invention was rudimentary by today's standards, lacking a traditional face and only marking the passage of minutes. Churches played an important role in the development of timekeeping methods due to their focus on devotional programs. After passing from the 12th century to the 13th and 14th centuries AD, clockmaking was not yet a distinct profession but was a part of the art of blacksmithing. During this era, the craft was nascent and had not evolved to the point where clocks would chime at regular intervals, displaying time visually. But this immature achievement made a big move in 1462. Pocket watches. According to rumors, the first pocket watch was invented year 1462. And suddenly very large and noisy watches became watches that fit in the pocket. It could be said that this moment heralded the beginning of the era of watches. The formation of the Swiss watchmaking industry in the mid-16th century was largely a result of Calvinist prohibitions on jewelry, which led followers of the Protestant faith to innovate in other forms of craftsmanship. Due to this event, jewelers shifted their focus to watchmaking to sustain the brass, bronze, and silver industries. Following this development, the refined taste of Europeans facilitated this trend, and the carrying of pocket watches became an essential aspect of men's attire. It's also worth noting that the earliest pocket watches are not considered complete by modern standards because they only feature an hour's hand. The addition of a minute hand to clocks did not occur until 1680. People traditionally wore pocket watches by attaching them to a chain around their neck or to their pants buckle. The trend of pocket watches, along with the rise in popularity of vests, can be attributed to Charles II, the King of England, who made this style of attire fashionable. However, one point stands out. Initially, wristwatches were not widely popular and seldom seen. This lack of popularity was because wristwatches had not yet become integrated into women's fashion, which hindered their widespread acclaim. The subsequent era proved to be significant. It was the 17th century. In earlier times, we witnessed the emergence of exquisitely adorned clocks. However, the 17th century introduced Puritan clocks to the horological scene. These timepieces originated in England, characterized by their simple, almost egg-shaped design, widely regarded as a modest and unassuming counterpart to their ornate predecessors. Puritan clocks were also made in the Dutch cities of Haarlem and The Hague, although information to obtain the specific features of this clock is scarce. You can still find old models of it online on some websites or some antique shops. Most of the designs of this watch have metal straps. The main story starts here. History of the first wristwatch made. In 1810, the renowned watchmaker Abraham Louis Breguet crafted an innovative wristwatch for Queen Caroline Murat of Naples. This creation marked a significant milestone in the evolution of watchmaking, leading to the development of more contemporary and functional wristwatch designs. Everything had been going well up to that point. However, an issue arose. During that time, even though pocket watches had become much more accurate, the frequent need to take them out of the pocket proved troublesome for many and led to numerous protests. The catalyst for this innovation was a pilot named Alberto Santos Dumont, who expressed his difficulty in checking his pocket watch during flight when his hands were occupied. He desired a more convenient way to tell time. Consequently, Santos Dumont persuaded his friend, Louis Cartier, to create a watch that could be easily accessed while flying. In 1904, Cartier designed the Cartier Santos Dumont watch for him, marking the birth of the first men's wristwatch as well as the first pilot's watch. The onset of the First World War, despite its destructive impact on history, had a notable positive outcome. It significantly boosted the demand for wristwatches. Soldiers required timepieces that were portable and could withstand the rigors of battle. Consequently, watchmakers started producing wristwatches equipped with features like shock-resistant bezels, luminous hands for nighttime visibility, and water-resistant casings. Before the 1970s, watches were powered by mechanical movements. However, the market saw a resurgence in the 1970s with the advent of battery-operated quartz watches, which required no winding. The Seiko Astron, introduced in 1969, was the first watch to utilize this technology. Let's take a moment to clarify what quartz is. Quartz is a hard, crystalline mineral made of silicon dioxide. The atoms in quartz form a continuous framework of silicon-oxygen tetrahedra, with each oxygen being shared between two tetrahedra, resulting in the chemical formula SiO2. Quartz has extremely high hardness and chemical resistance. The challenge of accuracy is significant, particularly when it comes to the Mohs scale of mineral hardness. For those still in doubt, it's worth noting that the Mohs scale, developed by Friedrich Mohs in 1812, is a standardized scale that assesses mineral hardness by its scratch resistance. The scale ranges from 1 to 10, with 1 being the softest and 10 the hardest mineral. Quartz, which is rated as 7 on this scale, can scratch minerals with a hardness below 7, but can be scratched by minerals that are harder than 7. This valuable mineral has applications beyond the watchmaking industry. It is also utilized in the glass, ceramics, and electronics industries, among others. Quartz is a mineral found in nature that comes in various types, each with its color, shape, and properties. Some common varieties include transparent quartz, which is colorless and clear, is often used as a raw material in the production of glass and ceramics. Amethyst, a purple variety of quartz, is commonly cut and utilized as a gemstone. Ametrine, a quartz type that exhibits a mix of yellow and purple hues, is fashioned into jewelry. Lastly, citrine is a yellow or orange form of quartz that is also cut and fashioned into jewelry. This is a concise overview of the mineral quartz. Now we return to the main topic. Quartz watch mechanisms became inexpensive rapidly due to their fewer moving parts and lower manufacturing costs. This shift precipitated a crisis for mechanical and automatic watchmakers as the market became saturated with these more affordable alternatives. It posed a significant challenge, leading to the downfall of many smaller manufacturers. By 1970, out of the original 1,600 watchmaking companies, only 600 survived. Even highly successful firms like Rolex encountered challenges and ultimately introduced their quartz movements to remain competitive in the market. More accurate than time, a marvel of exquisite engineering, the return of mechanical watches. The quartz crisis persisted for nearly 20 years before mechanical watches regained prominence. The enhanced performance and construction quality of mechanical timepieces, coupled with improved precision and the introduction of innovative movements, contributed to their resurgence in popularity. The luxury watch industry has been instrumental in rekindling interest in mechanical wristwatches. Makers of luxury watches have concentrated on highlighting the craftsmanship, artistry, and tradition embedded in mechanical timepieces. They have also accentuated the complex movements, precise hand finishing, and timeless design features that set mechanical watches apart as both aesthetic masterpieces and marvels of engineering. In addition to highlighting the aesthetic and artistic qualities of mechanical watches, watchmakers have incorporated new and innovative mechanisms to improve the watch's performance and functionality. These efforts led to a resurgence in the popularity of mechanical watches among enthusiasts and collectors, sparking a renaissance of interest in traditional timepieces. This renewed interest has not only rekindled an appreciation for the artistry and craftsmanship of watchmaking, but has also solidified the market presence of mechanical watches, enhancing their perceived intrinsic value, historical importance, and the sentimental attachment they inspire in their owners. Certainly, it was the most thorough explanation one could give on the history of wristwatches. This is a summary of the history of watches, from when the clock was just a loud device that told the time until mechanical artistry was applied to them. We will end this video here, but this will not be the only video about watches. If you enjoy this video, we will make videos about the history of the world's biggest watchmaking brands. So, if you enjoyed this video, like it and write us your opinion in the comments section. See you next time.